What's up guys, I'm Bralixanic, and today I'm going to be showing you how to port any pack to Wii U Edition. I'm going to be including items, blocks, sky, UI, and armor. So first, you want to get the pack. I'm doing a Bedrock pack, and if you want to access the files, you want to extract it with 7-zip or something similar, and then you can delete the MC pack unless you want to use it for Bedrock, and now you have this folder. So before we actually start porting the items, it's worthy to note that for items and blocks, it is not just individual items like it is like individual files. It's all one like big file. So we're going to be manually dragging them over each block. So you're going to open your Cemu and you're going to do update directory. And first we're going to be getting the UI file. So common, media, and it should be the right one if it's about 28 right here. So copy, place it in your folder. I'd recommend making a folder for your pack because it can get a little messy. Now we're going to go back and go into res. Now we're going to get the blocks. So go to title update, res. So select items, terrain, MIP map level 2 and 3, and Control C and paste it over here. And now we're going to be getting the sky and armor. So we're going to go to title and we're going to go to the regular one with no letter. And if you have two Minecrafts installed, D9D is the English version and DBE is the Japan version. So go to content, common, res, and we're going to get the sky. If you choose to do custom sky, it would normally go in the MISC folder, but because it's default, it's not going to be in here. If you want to end up doing that, I'll show you how that works at the end of the video. So now we're going to be grabbing the armor, which is in here. So just select all of these. You don't need the power one. And Control C, paste it over here. Now, if I were you, I would minimize this because we don't need that anymore. And if you want to do a sky, then I would recommend downloading the image in the description. I'm going to have all the downloads for these applications in the description as well because they're all necessary for this process. I would recommend downloading this overlay because it's useful to line up the images of the items. And also download this sky chart overlay because it's useful for cube maps and putting it into one thing. I would paste this one in the folder if I were you because we're just going to put the images over this. Now that we have all of these done, I'm going to be showing you the blocks first. So you're going to look for terrain. You're going to open it with paint.net and we can zoom in and see everything. So this is the part that usually takes the longest, and this goes with items as well. You need to individually open them and open the Bedrock pack and go to textures, blocks. And you're going to want to, if you have a second monitor, it's very helpful to put this on the other side, but I'm not going to in this for the sake of this video. So this top left one is grass, and the reason it's like this is weird, but I'm not going to explain it because it's not really necessary. So just search grass and look for grass top. Yep, should be gray. So you're going to also open this with paint.net. You're going to get this rectangle select tool and select it, Control C. And then close this, paste it here, and now it's over there. And you can also realign it if it's not in the direct spot. And this is what you do for every single block. So I'm going to do that real quick. Obviously, if you want to keep your sanity, you shouldn't do every single block because nobody's going to care that much. By the way, this one right here is grass. So keep that in mind. I think it's called like grass side or something. These gray ones are corrected by a different file that I'm not going to be covering because it's not really necessary. So once you're done with this, press Control S and it should save over this. Make sure it's still a PNG. If it's not, do save as and select it here. Now we need to make the MIP maps, which are very easy. You're just going to do image, resize, and do 50%. Make sure this is on nearest neighbor so it's not all blurry when it's downscaling. And you're going to do save as and look for MIP map 2, save, and then we're just going to repeat that again for 3. So 50, save as, and then MIP map 3. And then now you can close this. So now we're going to do items. It's a pretty similar process. So you're going to do open with paint.net. So now we're going to look for that other overlay. So file, open, wherever you saved it. Now select it, close it, make a layer, drag it under, and paste. So now we have this little grid, which is going to be very easy to line up things. Now you're just going to go to the items tab, and you're going to search for whatever items you want. I'll start with the sword, and open with paint.net. Oh. Make sure you're also selecting the top layer with the items because it will put it under if you don't. Now you just drag it over the sword, and if you think it's misaligned, just let go and it'll have this border around it. It'll be an easy recorrection. Also, if you didn't read the title already, everything in the pack has to be 16x or lower, so keep that in mind. If you want to use higher, you'll have to downsize it somehow. Once you're done with this part, you're going to want to uncheck the layer so this is invisible, and you're going to want to save as PNG, and you're going to look for the items, replace the file, and now we're done with that. Also flatten. Next up, we're going to do armor, and this is the hardest part. Select all. Done. The armor is pretty much the exact same, so that's really convenient. Okay, so now we're going to do the sky, and this part is somewhat difficult if you don't know what to do. So you're going to open with paint.net, and we need to see the size of the sky boxes. So in this pack, or in this image, so it is about 1024 by 1024, and we're going to look for the sky boxes. This is different depending on every pack. So in this case, it is 4096 by 4096, which means we need to upscale this by 4 times. Image, resize, and we're going to do percentage, 400%. You're not really going to notice much of a difference, but now we can place all of these. So select them, drag them over, add layers this time, and now they're going to be perfectly the right size. And now we just need to line them up into the right ones. So cube map 5 is in the top left. 1 is going to be over here. It's going to be a bit laggy if it's like high quality, and there's no like snapping that I know of. There might be somewhere, but I don't feel like looking for it. You can just like zoom in and line up the pixels exact. Select the layer, make sure this isn't selected. You can do Control D to make sure that it's not like selecting a different one. And now we're just gonna drag that over. Once again, it's gonna be a bit laggy because it's high quality. If you did it all correctly, these 4 should look smooth, and then these 2 should be kind of out of line. You're going to do File, Save As, PNG, and then we're just going to replace the sky chart. I'd recommend making a copy like somewhere else outside of here. Replace, flatten. Now is the hardest part that wanted to make me break my PC. We're going to be doing the UI. So here we're going to need MCC tool chest, which is used to extract this file. We're going to need the FUI editor to replace the files in this file. We're going to need this to color correct those, and we're going to need this to put those in back in. It's a lot, I know, but I'm going to try and do this as slow as possible so you guys aren't stuck as like I had to do. So first, make a new folder in here. We're gonna probably delete it later. So title it Media Wii U, anything, it doesn't really matter. And we're gonna go in here, copy the path. Now you're gonna open MCC tool chest and go to console, archives, and then you're gonna paste your path of the folder in here. Now you're going to go back and you're going to look for the Media Wii U file, right click, copy as path, and you're going to paste this here. Get rid of the quote marks because I don't know, and we're going to press unpack. If you did that correctly, they should be in the folder, and there's a lot of things in this folder. Don't be overwhelmed because the only one that we're going to change in this is the one called Skin Graphics HUD, and you can search for it here. If you don't see an FUI file, you likely extracted the wrong Media Wii U file because there are 2 ARC files, but the other one is smaller with different files. That was one of the mistakes that I made. If you want, you can also make a new folder for the UI files because it's a little messy over here. This part isn't really necessary, but you can if you get a little disorganized. So now we're going to open the FUI editor and we're going to save some images. Look for your pack, open the folder that you made, and search for skin graphics. And it's the one that says skin graphics HUD.fui. Open. And you're going to scroll all the way down. So we're just going to be saving them and then manually replacing them. So you're going to do save image, name it crosshair, and you're going to save that in whatever folder you decided to put it in. So I'm going to put mine in UI, and you're just going to save everything. Now you've downloaded everything, you can minimize this, and we are going to replace the textures now. So they should all be here. I'm going to do crosshair first. So you're going to open with paint.net, zoom in so you can see it. By the way, you cannot change the resolution, so 15 by 15 is the limit for this. Now some packs have the crosshair saved in UI. You can search cross space hair and you'll see it. In this situation is not there. So you could probably see it in GUI in icons. Now you're going to open with paint.net and here it is right here. If there's a black background for some reason, just get rid of that so it's not like solid black, because you will see that. In this situation, in this situation, the entire crosshair is not the size that we want it to, because the entire UI is double sized just because of the crosshair. So you can edit the crosshair on your own if you would like to, which is what I'm going to do. So you can just delete this. In this situation, I'm literally just going to move these up and then fill in the blank. Then once again, make sure there's no black, because it will show the black and we want it to be transparent. So you're going to use the magic wand tool to select all of the black. Change this so it selects all the black on the outsides too. Delete, and now we're good. So now we can just save it, and it should save over the crosshair image. Now we're going to do the hearts. So I'm going to do heart full right here, zoom in, and now we're going to go back. This is where the regular heart is located. Since this is a weird pack, I'm just going to downscale it real quick to 50%. As you see, no problems here. Unless you're using a high res pack, then there's going to be a problem. Just keep that in mind. Control C, paste it over this, save, and then we're just going to do that for the other items. Also select the entire thing, not just the heart. If you're not sure that it's the right size, you can see it right here. The UI items should all be 9 by 9. Everything besides the crosshair. Two important things to note is that the sky can be too large, so make it this file or larger. If it's too large, then it'll crash, so make it smaller than this size. And if you have any other problems with the porting, then if you have any porting problems, then you can join my Discord server and ask me in there. So thank you for watching, have a good one. Now the XP bar is all the way down here. We're only going to do these first two because I never really have any situations where these other ones are visible. So I'm just going to do this top one because this is the empty one. So copy, paste, and then save. Same thing with this one. It's the one right under. Now we just have the hotbar left. Open the GUI. And you should see them up here. The size of it should be 182 by 22. Copy, and then open this. There you go. Paste, save. And the slot is right here. The size should be 24 by 24. Now we need to color correct them because for some reason Wii U wants to recolor them. So we're going to open Fui Studio and we're going to manually save over them. And you're just going to check all of them, correct color, extract, slot selected, and then you're just gonna save over them like this. If you do this save, then it's not gonna work. Make sure you check this every time, because otherwise it will be some other weird color in the actual game. So open, slots, correct color. If you don't see any like changes, then don't even worry about it. In this situation, you notice it, so click, right click, extract, click on it. There you go. Now that all of it's recolored, make sure that they actually saved. They should look pretty weird, but it'll be fine when you play the game, trust me. Now we need to replace all of these in the actual file. So we're gonna open this back up and we're just gonna replace them. So crosshair first, I'm just gonna go in order. Also, if you wanna make it invisible so there's no background after like a heart goes away, then you can just make these transparent. So this one, and this one, and this one. Once all of it's saved, files, save, and now you can close this. And we're almost done. Now you're gonna open Fui Studio, and we're going to now replace the files in the Fui file. So Media Wii U, open, and this part's really easy. You scroll all the way down. You're gonna look for Skin Graphics HUD. Now you're gonna replace texture pack, wherever it is. Should be in the Media Wii U folder. Usually it's at the top. Open. Now save. And now we're done. I'd recommend deleting the Media Wii U and UI folder once you are certain that all of this works. So we're now going to put all of these back into Cemu. So unless you still have it open the update directory, and we're just going to put everything back where it should. So first we're gonna do the Media Wii U file, which is the UI. So we're gonna do common, media, make sure you're in E, should be the larger one out of the two, and you can just delete it. If you get nervous, by the way, I would recommend just like backing up the default one somewhere and paste it in here. Now back, res, title update, res, items, map 3, 2, and terrain, copy, replace. Now it's time for the sky. So you're gonna do title, here, open this, content, common, res, misc, and this is where sky is at. Rename the sky image to just sky if you haven't done that yet, and copy it, paste it in misc. Now this won't load without a mod that I'll show you in just a minute, and depending on the pack, the grass might also look weird if you didn't change the foliage and grass color. Now armor's right here, that's easy enough. Now to use the custom sky, you're going to need to download this file, which is also in the description. You're going to extract, close the extra tab, and then here you go, here's the folder. You're going to copy that and you're going to paste it in Cemu. Open your Cemu, wherever that is, graphics packs, and you're going to paste that in here. Once that's pasted, you can close that and restart your Cemu. And then once you do that, you're gonna go to options, graphics packs, Minecraft Wii U, cheat, assembly, and then turn on custom sky. Alright, and here's the finished result. The crosshair is a little big, but I think that's just because of the size of it. So thank you all for watching, and subscribe.